What's be all? This is Jen Freeman. I am back home here and thought I'd put together a little video here about messing with the world. And I was thinking about that today. Just because you can. Um, a lot of people would also say, just because you can doesn't mean you should. But it's something that I haven't really consciously done in a long time. Years ago, when I was somewhat more new to magic, let me just put it that way. I used to do things like, I was going to school. I was studying for a degree at a community college, and I'd take the bus downtown. The school was downtown, and it was easier to take the bus than it was to drive because you had to pay and everything. And what I'd do is I would squeegee off the energy from the city and, fashion it into a nice ball. And then, when I got to school, I would, put a smiley face on that ball and drop it into the common area there, and then later on that day come and see what happened. And on the days that I did that, it was very interesting to watch because everybody was, jumping around, having a good time, talking loudly, stuff like that. And on the days that I didn't do it, it was kind of like a tomb. And so, I did it enough times so I could say pretty safely that, what I did was actually doing something. And, a lot of people would say, oh, no, you shouldn't be doing that. You're messing with the world, and you're messing with people's free will. And, sometimes, you just gotta make the world a better place. So, a friend of mine a long time ago, she was talking about how she used to do that at her workplace. And, similar sort of things at her workplace. Especially when she saw one of her coworkers that were generally not having a good time. And, she would fashion some good energy and send it over to them. Or another thing she used to do is like, it was a restaurant where you pick up your food and then you pay at the end there, kind of like a cafeteria style thing. And she'd set up this zone of energy right there at the checkout. So, everybody was having a bad time, and then they hit the checkout zone, and everything seemed to change for them. And, the world seemed to be a better place. And she used to tell about how she did that. And I like those sorts of stories because, they turned out pretty good. Sometimes there was, sometimes people are having a bad day and they just want to have a bad day. And if you try to help them to, have a better day, things go wrong. Let's just put it that way. And, they end up getting more upset and angry, and, bad stuff happens. Just because, they don't want to have a good day. They don't want to, be any better. And in that case, it could be kind of detrimental to somebody. But they're choosing not to accept it. They're choosing not to accept the gift that you're giving them. They don't even know it at the time. It's because it's on a subconscious level, but that's what's happening. And I think to myself, yeah, I haven't done that sort of stuff in a long time, and I need to do more of that. Um, if everybody did that sort of thing, the world would be a much better place. It would be a much nicer place. And people sit around thinking they're radiating love to the world and all this stuff when just concentrate on your little area and make things known in that little area. uh, trying to make the entire world a better place is that's a hard thing. But something else I was thinking about too. I was talking with some folks in a Buddhist recovery meeting about compassion and stuff like that. And, well, there's the thing in magic, and if you're watching this, you probably understand this, but I would hope you would anyway. That anger and hatred, with your magics towards somebody or something or the world or whatever, that decimates all. But love conquers all, because that high vibration of love disrupts the low frequency vibrations of what's going on with people. And what I was talking about earlier, when somebody is in a bad place and they want to stay in that bad place, if you do, send some love their way or whatever, it does disrupt those lower frequencies and messes with their head. And that's why you can sometimes get that backlash type thing that, because those frequencies are creating harmonics and stuff like that are unstable. But I won't elaborate on some of the stuff I've done that I don't know. Shouldn't talk about it. And it's the sort of thing that, I wrote it down in my book of shadows, and sometimes I go read it just to remember that it actually happened, because it seems like it's so out of the ordinary that, did I dream that? Did I imagine that? Whatever. And it's good to have a written record of that was written in the moment that you can actually go back to. And something that I had thought about, and I mean, I'm guilty of this too, because I've done this, but you can take your love, you can fashion it into a spear and thrust it into the soft underbelly of the world. And you end up watching what happens on the evening news. And that's hard, man. That is hard. I mean, I've done that, and I had to recover from the thoughts of a lot of the stuff that I did. And I don't regret the stuff that I've done. I didn't maliciously go out to hurt anybody or anything. But I see how my actions did end up hurting people, because they were very determined to stay at their low vibration state and do nasty things. And, the magics that I did disrupted that and caused a lot of damage. So, yeah, that can be hard to take. And it makes you think. It makes you think before you want to go out and do those sorts of things again. So, anyway, that's all I got for today. For this episode, anyway, I'll probably do another couple of videos before I'm done here. But blessed be y'all. This is Jen Fremont.